Hi everyone, it's Graham again and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with part 3 of my May book haul. I have, I think, 7 books to show you. So yeah, I have no self-control. Does anyone when it comes to buying books? Are you really a book lover if you don't buy lots and lots of books? Questions to ponder. But anyway, without much further ado, let's get into the books. So the first one I have to show you was, I bought it from one of my lovely followers and I follow them back on Instagram. I will pop the name on the screen and I'll share their Instagram handle in the description down below. I bought 2 books from them and I'm really excited. One I already own, but I don't own this edition, and I thought it was really cool, and yeah. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop talking and show you the books. So the first one is The Western Wind by Samantha Harvey. This cover is just gorgeous. It looks so spooky and witchy and dark, and I'm there for it. And it just sounds incredible as well. 15th century Oakham in Somerset, a tiny village cut off by a big river with no bridge. When a man is swept away in the early hours of Shrove Saturday, an explanation has to be found. Was it murder, or suicide, or an accident? The village priest, John Reeve, is privy to many secrets in his role as confessor, but will he be able to unravel what happened to the victim, Thomas Newman, the wealthiest, most capable and industrious man in the village? And what will happen if he can't? That sounds like I need to read it immediately, because that just is so up my street and I'm so there for it and I can't wait because it sounds fab. So the next one is also from the same person that I bought the previous one from, and it is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. I love this edition. It's vintage classics and the spine looks like that, and it's just such a sad story, but one that's just amazing. It's just so poignant and powerful, and I just had to have this copy. 9-year-old Bruno has a lot of things on his mind. Who is the Fury? Why did he make them leave their nice home in Berlin to go to out with? And who are all the sad people in striped pajamas on the other side of the fence? The grown-ups won't explain, so Bruno decides there is only one thing for it. He will have to explore this place alone. What he discovers is a new friend, a boy with the same birthday, a boy wearing striped pajamas. But why can't they ever play together? It's a lovely story, but with such a shocking background to it and such a shocking end as well. And the film is very good too. So the next one is one that I picked up from eBay and I'm so excited about this. I do have another copy of this, but it's in a bind up with other books, and I do like that, but I prefer to have the book on its own. Am I alone in that, or does anyone else feel me? It is Cat Among the Pigeons by Agatha Christie, and I just love this. It's so pretty. This is from the 1950s, and there is barely a dent or a chip in the dust jacket. It's in pretty much mint condition for its age, and I love it so much. And that colour as well. Oh, it's just beautiful. And this is incidentally an Agatha Christie that I have not read, and I still have the price inside. There we go. Okay, so Agatha Christie may truly be called the Queen of Detective Writers, for in this field she has no peer. With a long stream of more than 60 successes to her credit, she has displayed, it's not what it says here, she has displayed her extraordinary skill and versatility over and over again, and among her countless admirers, she can number distinguished men and women from all walks of life. In Cat Among the Pigeons, the setting is Meadowbank, one of the most exclusive girls' schools in England. It is quite unthinkable that murder could take place in this famous school's well-lawned, disciplined precincts, by a train of violence starting in the revolt war-torn Middle East state of Ramat, and involving duels, international intrigue, and secret agents, reaches its deadly climax in the sports pavilion. Worse still, it becomes painfully clear that the culprit must actually be among the staff or the pupils. The police are completely baffled, for they are unable to find a motive, and it is left to young Julia Upjohn, one of the schoolgirls, to consult Hercule Poirot. "It's very urgent," she said. "It's about some murders and robberies and things like that." Unruffled and retaining all his customary and engaging aplomb, the incomparable Poirot sets about unravelling a case which, he is forced to agree, is as devious and complicated as a snarl of tangled wool. This masterpiece of detection, mystery and suspense is in the unique and enviable Christie tradition. From the very first page to the last, it is exciting, unguessable, and certain to entertain and enthrall every reader. I think I've seen the adaptation. I think, possibly, because that does ring a bell. But I haven't read this, and I do look forward to getting to this. And I'm so happy to add this to my Agatha Christie collection. I mean, it's lovely. They're just, yeah. Anyway, let's carry on with the book haul, Graham. So the next book that we have is The Six Wives of Henry VIII by Alison Weir. Now, this is a non-fiction book that Alison Weir wrote in the early 90s. I think this was published in 1991. And this was long before her series of 6 books, which I believe are fiction, fictional stories about the 6 wives. And I think the last one has just been published in the last week or two. If I'm wrong, I'll pop it on the screen. But I don't think I am, so yeah. I love this edition. It's got, I don't know if it picks it up on the camera, but it's got lovely gilt in amongst the writing. And on the back we have pictures of all 6 wives. And I shall read you the inside. One of the most charismatic and powerful monarchs in British history, Henry VIII ruled England in unprecedented splendour, surrounded by some of the most intriguing personalities of his age, men and women who have left such vivid records of themselves that we can almost reach out across the centuries and feel we know them. Alison Weir's composite biography brings alive Henry's 6 queens, each of them a distinct personality in her own right. Catherine of Aragon emerges as a staunch, though misguided, woman of principle. Anne Boleyn, an ambitious adventuress with a penchant for vengeance. Jane Seymour, a strong-minded matriarch in the making. Anne of Cleves, a good-natured woman who jumped at the chance of independence. Catherine Howard, an empty-headed wanton. And Catherine Parr, a kind-hearted blue-stocking who was all too human when it came to a handsome rogue. Drawing upon the rich fund of documentary material from the Tudor period, The 6 Wives of Henry VIII reveals a court where personal needs and private emotion could, and frequently did, override or influence national events, and where colour and pageantry existed side by side with ambition, treason, and violence. It's a chunker, and I'm looking forward to getting to it because I have never read anything really about the 6 Wives. I mean, obviously I know about them, but yeah, I'd like to. I've been told by Lil over at Lil's Vintage World to read this and then read the 6 books on the Queens, because it's almost as if in the intervening years since Alison Weir wrote this, and then when she started to write the other books, that her outlook on each of the Queens has changed, and how she portrays them in the series of 6 books over the last few years. So I'm excited to see that. Yeah. So the next one is one that I saw online. I don't think I've seen it on anyone's Instagram, and I don't think I've seen it on BookTube yet. But when I saw this online, I thought I need to get that. And then later that day, I popped to Tesco's for some shopping because we needed like milk and veg and stuff like that. And I saw it on the bookshelf in the book department area, and I had to get it. It was like it was just meant to be. I adore this. It is by Billie Eilish. Now, Billie Eilish, her music is just incredible. She is just glorious, and I love everything that she does. And her brother as well, Phineas, his music too. You need to check him out if you haven't. And he's very, very handsome, which is quite nice too. This is like basically a picture book, but there are some like bits of writing in here, and just the photography is just gorgeous. I mean, I'm not sure if that's a picture with Billie Eilish in it, but that's like fans possibly at a concert. And then we have, let's see, wow, that's Billie Eilish wearing a Burberry creation. I am so excited to get to this because, like I say, Billie Eilish, her music and just the way she is and how she carries herself and her confidence, it just really appeals to me. On the back is Billie Eilish with her green hair. Isn't that just fab? Legendary recording artist. She's only like 19. Legendary. I love it. Legendary recording artist Billie Eilish shares an intimate window into her life, both on and off the stage, in this stunning photo-filled book. Each image has been carefully selected and laid out by Billie herself, capturing her most personally significant moments. Complete with an introduction and captions, Billie shares her authentic thoughts on the wild journey she has had thus far. And it says, look out for the exclusive standalone audiobook, Billie Eilish in Her Own Words, in which Billie shares hours of never-before-told stories of her life and creative journey. Sign me up. Sign me up immediately. I am so looking forward to diving into this, and I'm thinking that this will look amazing on my coffee table. So yeah, because I'm all grown up now, and us people in our mid-30s have coffee table books, you know. I love this so much. So the last two books are the same book, but in different editions. Now, I've not mentioned this particular title on my channel for a long time. It's my favourite children's book, and I just love it. And I collect editions of this. I now have in excess of possibly 100 editions of this book and the other book in this series, duology. It is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, or rather, as it says on the front, Alice in Wonderland. These are from about 1929 or 1930, thereabouts, and this is illustrated by, I'm going to say Gwyneth Hudson, I think. I might be wrong, and I'm guessing that this one is as well because it's exactly the same design, just in gilt gold on the front. This one is my favourite of the two. It's the bigger of the two, and it's just gorgeous. So the illustrations are like they're plates that are pasted into the book, and they're covered with this gorgeous. I'm gonna damage this book, aren't I? Like a gorgeous kind of like tracing paper to protect the. Oh, I'm gonna rip it. To protect the pictures, and then the pictures are in gorgeous colour and they look like that. And I shall get you another one. That is the Mad Hatter, I think. Yep. No, it's the White Rabbit. Okay, not the Mad Hatter, Graham. Ugh. Dear me, sometimes I wonder about myself. Do you ever just look at yourself and think, what? Or hear yourself and think, what? Here's the Mad Hatter, Graham. There we go. So it's just absolutely stunning. This is my favourite of the two, like I said, because it's in colour and it's slightly bigger, and it's in gilt. Who doesn't love a bit of gold? I mean, yeah, I'm there for that. But the second one is the same edition, just smaller and in a different colour, and the illustrations, where are they? Where are the illustrations? There have to be illustrations, come on. Yes. Oh, I thought the illustrations were in black and white. They're not. They're in colour also, but they're just less. They're like bound into the book as opposed to like pasted in. And I'm just so happy to have these in my collection. I got these from a lovely bookshop in St Andrews called Bouquiniste or Bouquinista, and they contacted me on Instagram to let me know that they had a couple of Alices coming in. I won't tell you how much these cost because I'm slightly embarrassed by it, but yeah, I had to have both of them. I think they were like, they tried to explain to me they are different editions of the same book, and I was like, yeah, I collect it, it's fine. Because I'd contacted them previously and said if they ever got any Alison to let me know. I think they probably think I'm a bit sort of not right in the head, because I got basically the same book. But yeah, it's Alice, and I love Alice, and I love these, and I'm so happy that they're in my Alice collection. But I do believe now that I'm starting to blather on, as I always kind of tend to do in these videos. So I will say thank you so much for watching. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have so much fun doing it. Whatever you're reading, I hope you love it. Stay fabulous, be amazing, be yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye bye.